Hello everyone. So for those that don't follow me on my other social media, you know, my Facebook, blog, etc. I had announced a month ago, whatever it was, I'm now on the Honeybee Stamps design team. I'll be doing videos for them, so very exciting. I've done a couple of videos using their products and been slowly collecting, you guys know me, their stuff for a while, and now I've got a ton more to share with you guys. And I've had so many questions too about certain stamp sets and that, and oh, do you have it? Would you post videos with it, etc., etc. So I went hog wild, and let's just get into it. So some of these are from, you know, previous releases. Some of them are a little bit newer. I think I already did a video showing like their newest release, and then I did that little blob bunny card, and yeah. But anyway, I could get distracted, and this is already going to be a long video. So I have the 10 things set. This is a smaller set. It was the feathers that got me. Honestly, there's something about feathers, and I can totally see these, like, do like a splattery sort of watercolor background, and then having these. And then, yeah, you totally could do, like, the 10 things I'm thankful for. And I like how it's got all this. So you could do, like, you know, just a card or a note for someone to scrapbook page, etc. But I don't scrapbook, like, ever. But these I just had to have. I just thought they were so pretty. And then I would just combine them with all the other sentiments that they have quite a few of. And I'm, again, collecting. I got that one. And of course I had to get into the florals. So this is the Country Blooms set. So I got the set and I got the coordinating dies because I thought they have so many elements. So I was like, definitely got to have the coordinating dies because that's just the way I am. But it's just a really pretty set. And these would look really nice too, just stamped on a background, like tone on tone. Use that as your background and then have like another image or just a sentiment as your focal point. Ideas are starting to roll. So that one. And then this really cute Busy Bees set. I just think this is adorable. So adorable. So you can create, like, you know, a whole little cluster of little daisies, and you got all these little bees you can have flying around. Coordinating die set. And I love that even you can get, there's the little trails, just little stitch trails that you can run through your machine to create little stitching lines. Or you can stamp the little dotted ones for their little flying trails. I think that's so cute. So cute. So there's that one. And this is the one that I've been receiving so many questions on when they released it, and I finally have it. It's been on my list for so long. This is Zen Bouquet, and yeah, this stamp is massive. And it's absolutely huge, like so huge. It's roughly, oh my goodness, 5 3/4 inches by about 5.5 inches. So yeah, it's huge. Like, obviously going to be the focal point on a card. And I do have so many ideas. Lots of heat embossing with this one. Like, do this in metallic colors on different colors of cardstock. Even just white, clear, all sorts of things. And yeah, you can definitely color these. Obviously, an image like this almost looks, to me, that was why I first avoided it. Because I was like, I'm not going to sit and color this. Like, I just don't have the time. However, you totally could stamp and just take the time to really experiment with color because it's just gorgeous. Like, look at the detail on that. I like it. So yeah, lots of ideas for this one. I'm gonna have fun playing with this. So I got that, and there is a coordinating die set as well. So they've clustered all of the like companion images inside here, but there is the big, huge die that will die cut this entire thing, which I really like that too. Because you could even just like heat emboss this in metallic and then die cut it, you know, and only use part of it obviously like on an A2 card, and actually cut it in half, you get 2 cards out of that. Oh, yeah, I'm getting there. There's that, and then this is the Celebration Sentiments. They have many sentiment sets, and I really kind of like this idea of, there's the large kind of scripty font, but then there's the extra pieces. So you could, depending on what you want to create for sentiment, you can have celebrate with the E, celebration, celebrating. So yeah, birthday, celebration, you know, celebrate victories, and like tons of words in here. So you can pretty much, you can celebrate anything with this stamp set. That's how it is. So yeah, pretty much whatever you're gonna need. Retirement, marriage, housewarming, graduation, baptism, family reunion, achievement, new addition, growing, new home, wedding, love together, again, reason to, there is always, take the, you know, it just goes on and on. Like, they pack them full in their sentiment sets, which I really, really like. So yeah, and all their edges on the small ones are straight. So I really like that because it's easier to like butt them up, so you can stamp them all at once. So you can have like an entire phrase and just stamp it. So I got that one. And of course I had to get the Bee-You-Tiful sentiments because, you know, there's bee images and I have other sets too of theirs that have little bees. So yeah, you've got bee in 2 different kind of fonts, and then yourself, be kind, be unique, be sweet, be mine, etc, etc, etc. And then there's even, you know, hashtag, symbols, different little things. So you can go and just create more and more sentiments, and that's what I love. Anyone who's been watching my videos for a little, you know, enough years and seen the stamps that I used to design, etc, like I have a thing for sentiments because that's what makes your card. Like, it finishes it off. So yeah, have you heard, and then the buzz, buzzing by to say hello. Ouch, that stings. Like, unleavable, so unbelievable. Love, love. So that was that one. And then I've got another floral set. This is the Zen Floral stamp set. Really like this border stamp. Like, really, really pretty. Even just stamping that in a color of ink on white cardstock on the inside of your card. You know, use all the other stuff, stamp that on the inside just along the bottom, would look really pretty. Bunch of other florals that you can cluster around, and again, would make really pretty just tone on tone backgrounds, watercoloring, all that stuff. There's the coordinating die set as well. So you've got all the coordinating dies for all of these images, and there's so many, so many. So I've got that. And then I have the other words. I had to get the ones that I didn't already own. I got the big happy stamp. So there's the happy stamp, and then you can also get separate die set. So this is the happy honey cuts die. So you got the word, you have the word bubble, which will like just slightly outline, which I really like. And then the biggest one has the word bubble. So you can actually layer these 3 times, but this one will do little piercing embossing is basically what it's going to do. I don't think it'll pierce right through. So you can use like just this with this, or layer all 3 of them together to create like a really fun like focal point sentiment. So there's that. And then like I said, there's other ones. There's congrats and yippee and all that stuff. So I got happy because I didn't have it, and hugs, because you always have to have that one. So same thing. Hugs, sentiment, the bubble, and then the bigger bubble. So yeah. And I like the font of these. Always good to have on hand. Those, and then I just got some basic dies. There is the, this is the A2 double stitched frames die set. Their stitching, it's wider than most of the sets I have, in fact, and all of them. Like, it's the actual stitch itself, you know, is wider and it's a little further in, so I really like that. It's just a different look, like much more, I guess, obvious, you would call it. So, and same thing, inside and outside. So it kind of gives you some options if you want to create little frames, etc., that sort of thing. So I got that one. And then of course I got the Hexagon, I got the solid stack, and I got the stitched stack. So the solid stack actually die cuts the shape. The stitched stack is just stitching. So it's not going to die cut anything, it's just going to give stitching lines. So you can use that to create some texture, etc. These are all connected. I highly recommend having a pair of, stuck here, wire snips for sets like this. That makes it the absolute easiest to cut these apart. And thankfully they're only connected on one side. It's not like they're connected, you know, in 3 different places where you have to like cut all the way around. You just snip, snip, and you're good to go. And same thing, like these are huge die sets. I didn't realize they were going to be this big. The largest one is almost 6 inches across. So tons. And I like the hexagons because, one, obviously it works with like bee themed anything, but these also just make really nice patterns, like die cut different colors of cardstock, you know, and space them out on a card and put a sentiment over it. I'm getting so many ideas. I need to like get this video filmed so I can get some stuff made. So yeah, and then this one, I just really like the idea is you can die cut obviously and then use this to add the stitching detail to it separately, so you have the choice. Or you can just use this to add some dimension to your card. Like, I think that's cool. So there's that. And then they've got these stencil sets. This is the, I'll have it like worded up above because of course I didn't look on the website to like keep track of all that. So you get 3 stencils, and it includes the cutout of this, which I like that idea too because you might want to use that for like masking other things. But yeah, so you can do some sponging and then, you know, layer the next one, sponge a little bit more color, and then layer the third and add just that little last bit of detail. So that's really neat. It's really neat, and I'm glad they included that instead of just not. So then you can use that for something else. Heck, you could even use the edges of this for clouds. Just kind of stagger it a little bit and play around with it. So that is an option. And same with actually this one. Use the negative side on this one and use that as waves. So there's always something you can do with them. So that, and then of course this is the honeycomb one. I'm just calling it that. Again, I'll put the word of like the actual name of it, and I'll have links. I always have links. So there's this one, which is again staggered. So that's become very popular with die sets. They do have a staggered die set. I shockingly didn't get it. I will eventually. Where you die cut the cardstock, you know, and you can stack them and layer them and create all those effects. I just like the fact that they've also got the stencil option, so you can get somewhat similar effects without having to invest in dies if you don't want. Plus you can use just, you know, just this one, just this one, just this one, etc. and create some fun little effects. You know, use some embossing paste, use inks, etc. and then layer it all up and have some fun with it. So there was that, and then last but not least, I had to get some. I just saw these in their shop and I was like, ooh, these are really cute. So I got these little Doris hemp packs. I really like this one. It's got like metallic threads through it. So there's kind of like a bronzy kind of a color, copper, gold, and silver. The gold I'm sure I'm gonna like use right up. So that one, and then this one was just natural colors. So like that. And then this one with the bright colors, which I really like, but also the white. I really like just white hemp sometimes, just to, you know, give it a little something. That, and then they had included this in my order. I forgot they even had this. Is they've got their own washi tape, and it's so pretty. I'll be using this to seal my envelopes. Let's see if I can get to the, if I can find the end of this. So here we go. Isn't that pretty? Ah, I love it. So pretty. So there's that design, and then there is this one, which is again just a really nice nice pattern to it. Isn't that cool? These are just so pretty. And I love that they're like black and white, basically, slightly transparent, but that way they'll just go with whatever. So really, really pretty. Oh, and last but not least, before I forget, this was included. I love, they always include everything in like little pretty pattern glassine bags. I just love these. I don't know what it is. I just think they're the cutest little things ever. But yeah, honeybee raw honey sequins. I actually already have a pack of these, but I'm glad I got more because I've been hoarding the other pack and not using it. Yep, there it is. So yeah, this is the honey jar pack. They're very similar. Similar, but not quite. This pack has little beads in it. This one is just sequins. So they are slightly different. Oh dear. I might hoard both of them. But yeah, this was just a little freebie. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll link to. They've got some really cute little sequin mixes obviously in their shop. So I will link to all that good stuff. And there we go. Like I said, as always, I will have links below in the description box as well as over on my blog. On my blog, it's much easier to see because it'll be picture links with options on where to find all this fun stuff. And as usual, thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and thumbs upping and commenting on my videos. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. Bye!